प्ले देखने जाते हैं या प्ले को लोगों के पास लेके जाना चाहिए. That's what people have come back and told us, that Mumbai Theatre Guide has become the Bible for the theatre industry in India.
The problem with the I would say industry is they immediately want to check ROI. These are like undercurrent, some sort of reactions they come up with, which is also genuine because मैं पैसे आपको दे रहा हूँ, आप एक neutral company है, आपके भरोसे में टिकट कैसे कर सकता हूँ?
We will be launching indiatheatreguide.com. So the Mumbai Theatre Guide will change.
Significant and momentous milestone in the journey of Mumbai Theatre Guide. Mumbai Theatre Guide, the only theatre website in the country, completes 20 years. So we have here today Bhavikk Shah, who is the founder of Mumbai Theatre Guide, Ravi, Mishra, who is the founder of Astitva and an event partner with Mumbai Theatre Guide. So Bhavikk, to begin with, can you tell us about the inception of Mumbai Theatre Guide?
It's a long journey, 20 years. So when basically being from a Gujarati family, I've grown up watching plays and that was a passion ki plays dekhna hai. So when I started my entrepreneurship journey in the year 1999-2000, so we started up something on internet for theatres. But in 2004, we started Mumbai Theatre Guide as a dedicated website with the intention that theatre does not have any platform available in India. Where people can go and check what plays are happening, what are the reviews and all. And that is where Mumbai Theatre Guide came into existence. And then we started promoting plays, we created the platform so that people across the country, across the world could get onto the platform, see what's happening. Because Indian plays or other plays from Mumbai were actually traveling to many cities, many countries and all. But what we saw is there is a vacuum, there is a gap, which people were not able to understand what are the good plays which are available. Like someone wants to invite a play in Dubai or maybe Singapore or USA. कौन सा play बुलाना चाहिए? Because people used to invite plays and then they used to see that अरे यार play अच्छा नहीं है. हमने जो मेहनत किया वो सब waste हो गया. So the reviews that we used to put up, people used to come to the website, check things and then probably call us also. कौन सा play हमको बुलाना चाहिए? हमको ये genre चाहिए, हमको ये celebrity चाहिए. What is the things that we can do? And that's how the journey started. People started appreciating, and slowly in the last 20 years, probably Mumbai Theatre Guide has created a database of more than 7,000 plays, 700 plus reviews, 400 plus features that we have talked about. We have workshops that are listed. I think that's more than 3,500 or 4,000 odd workshops. So we help the industry in very different ways, creating the platform, helping them to reach out to the world, helping them do performances of the shows across the country. Festivals वाले लोग हमारे plays में आते हैं, corporates come to the website to check कि क्या हो रहा है. And slowly the journey became in a way where we were actually becoming a sort of Bible, and that's what people have come back and told us, that Mumbai Theatre Guide has become the Bible for the theatre industry in India. And then we started a lot of initiatives where Ravi also came into picture, and the idea was very clear. Theatre से कमाना तो नहीं है, but कुछ घर लेके नहीं जाना है, but कुछ देके जाना है. So what we both felt is कि as a small thing, what is that we can do for the industry as a passion? Large corporates have CSR departments where what they earn they put it back. But हमने देखा कि हम हमारे जेब से क्या कर सकते हैं. So the platform actually helped doing a lot of things. Then we created certain initiatives way back in the year 2012-13. So we did competitions, very different kind of competitions like Natya Show. First of its online theatre one act play competition. The idea was to actually get plays which can be put up online so that it becomes a repository. क्योंकि plays one act plays जो होते थे वो college festivals में, inter school और inter colleges में जाके फिर वो scripts सबके कबोर्ड में पड़ी रहती. So वो plays online गए तो उनके लिए भी एक ये हो गया कि we've got some platform to actually internationally or nationally people look at those plays and then they want to perform. तो ये देख सकते कि हमको इसकी script चाहिए, हमको यहाँ perform करना है. We also got to do something called as E-Natya Chopal. I think Ravi will also share more about that. So that was a platform कि चौपाल पे लोग मिलते हैं, बातें चीतें करते हैं, but हमने उसको थोड़ा अलग से एंगल दिया कि उसको ई एंगल दे दिया. So online initiative where people not just come and gossip, but they talk about something which is very meaningful. और वो meaningful वैसा हो गया कि थिएटर के लिए वो एक रिपोजिटरी बन गई. अच्छे 20 साल बाद किसी को कुछ बात करना है कि भांगवड़ी थिएटर क्या हुआ करता था, which happened used to happen pre-independence. किसी को नहीं पता, young generations don't know that. Even I was not aware. When we did that, we could see lot of things of flavors of those भांगवड़ी theaters. So Manoj Shah, Utkarsh Mazumdar, they were all talking about it. We had people talking about music in theater. Right, तो theater में music का क्या importance है? Like we also did one session with you and Brinda Miller where women in theater. Right, so वैसे काफी initiative. I think probably we did some 40 such things. So the journey has been like कि theater को हम क्या दे सकते हैं industry को. So that is what is the journey about Mumbai Theatre. So when we thought about क्या करना है and उसको हम slowly evolve करते गए. और आज we are completing 20 years now.
Mumbai Theatre Guide is actually an amazing resource, not just for theatre people, but also people who are researching theatre. As you said, people who are interested and want to know more about. I mean, I think the first website people visit is Mumbai Theatre Guide.
Yes.
Because they can't find any other
source.
Yeah. And like I said, you are like rightly said, you're the Bible. Now, in the last 20 years, the theatre scene in Mumbai, in India, but in Mumbai in particular, has changed and evolved a lot. There have been more theatres added, more groups have been added, a lot larger variety of plays being done. How do you think Mumbai Theatre Guide has participated in this journey?
It's been a silent revolution because the only source of information till, or rather before we came into existence, was the newspaper ads. So people only used to see what plays are happening on what days, but nothing beyond that, because 12cc ads में आप क्या दे सकते हो, right? So what we did is we went beyond that. We started giving the storylines of the play, कौन actors है, reviews of the play. Because reviews भी newspaper में जब आते थे, तो वो आने के बाद चले जाते थे, right? So this became an online repository people used to search. Now what we also brought on board was something where internationally and nationally, when people started searching on Google Hindi plays, comedy Hindi plays, or maybe some non-actor plays, so Mumbai Theatre Guide used to give them that information. So over a period, the change happened where people started getting correct information through the website. With social media coming into, YouTube coming into, we extended our presence to these platforms also, so that it becomes very easy. What we felt is कि लोग जहाँ है वहाँ हम पहुँचे. So that is what we started getting closer to them. We started giving the platform to the industry so that industry को भी वो benefit हो. Because play में we all know that except for the bigger groups, they are not able to recover even their theatre booking audience, theatre rental cost. So वो चीज को भी हमने दे दिया कि हम आपको फ्री में प्रमोशन दे रहे हैं. आप लिस्टिंग करो, आपकी गूगल पे आपकी प्ले की इंफॉर्मेशन ऑटोमेटिकली आ जाएगी. In 2016, what we realized, so me and Ravi were sitting once and बात करें कि लोग प्ले देखने चाहते हैं या प्ले को लोगों के पास लेके जाना चाहिए. Then we felt that Bombay or other any city, the challenge is people will not go and watch a play. Rather, theatre has to go towards where people are, and probably in cities like Bombay, Bangalore, Delhi, traveling is the biggest problem. Second, parking problem हो जाती है, तो लोग जाएंगे नहीं. तो can we do something where we start getting theatre to play? So we actually thought of and created a concept which is called as pocket theatre. And pre-COVID, we were managing around 8 spaces, and all these spaces, performances were on revenue share with the groups. So जितने टिकट बिके उसमें से कुछ परसेंटेज वो स्पेस को देते थे.
These were neighborhood spaces, what you're saying.
Neighborhood spaces. So we had spaces in Thane, Malad, Andheri, Bandra, all those spaces. So लोग जहाँ पे है and we were always looking out for. Unfortunately COVID came and then the whole equation changed. And COVID has got a big impact on the theatre industry. Slowly it's getting back to the pre-COVID, but people started realizing कि content होना चाहिए. तो उस content को हम space देने के लिए we have decided this is one such space that we are sitting at right now.
You talk a bit about your outreach activities, like your participation in the Kalagoda Festival and the festivals you've organized at the Royal Opera House.
Yeah. So when we actually started Mumbai Theatre, we've been doing this curation activities for a lot of corporates, for a lot of NGOs and other activities. In the year 2022, Ravi and me actually got an opportunity where Kalagoda invited us that we should handle the theatre curation part. We both got very excited because Kalagoda is Asia's largest multicultural activity, and we said yes, we are ready. So that's how Kalagoda came with us. And last 2 years we've been, so 2022 didn't actually happen because of the COVID and all, but 23 and 24 we did the curation part. What we brought on board was a complete different process oriented curation activity. Not just haphazard curation, but a process oriented curation activity. And 9 days, both the years we were able to do around 30 shows. So this year we did 32 shows, and last year we done 29 shows in 9 days. So we had shows at 11, 4 and 7 in the evening. Then we started with Royal Opera House. So there we did 2 festivals, Natya Dhara and Natya Velhad. Natya Velhad was a Marathi festival where 10 shows in 3 days. 4 days, yes. And Natya Dhara was again a similar festival, but a multilingual thing. So then we also started doing curation for Bombay Gymkhana, Tapi Utsav and other places. So festivals, so we have done shows in Guwahati, we have done shows at other places. So now the idea is that we want to reach out to festivals and take the place across the country, which is happening as of now, but giving a better approach to the whole process. Not being, okay, this is a face and then we are selling the face. What we want to do is we want to sell good content which is available. And somehow that's not happening in the industry.
So the reaction of the theatre people is obviously positive because they gained by a
Yes.
website like Mumbai Theatre Guide. What has been the response of the general audience? People who read the site, people who go to watch plays, you must be getting people writing into you and stuff. So what has been their reaction?
So I would put it in different ways. So one, we have around 85,000 followers on Facebook, around 7,000 followers on Instagram. We've got a database of subscribers. So people subscribe to our newsletters. So that's around 75,000 subscribers that we have on our. So we send them newsletters every week, and that database is growing day by day. So we have people from Bangalore, maybe Guwahati and all. People do come and comment on the website that have seen this play, maybe something they have not liked. They again probably find on Google, come to the website and talk about it. If they want to invite plays, people do also come to the website and probably connect with the productions via the website. So as industry has gained, the common man who are the theatre lovers, they have also gained because the platform actually offers everything to them what is required, and that has bridged the gap. So we say that the platform's primary intention is to bridge the gap between the theatre lovers and the industry.
So Ravi, a bit from you now, if you could introduce Astitva
Sure.
and how you have allied with Mumbai Theatre Guide's vision.
Sure. So Astitva started in 1996, precisely on 27th of December, with an intention of promoting a street play, which was, I would say, an extension of the World AIDS Day that happens on 1st of December every year. So this was in collaboration with the doctors in Mumbai, where I started my first event of street play through Astitva. And after that, it was more towards one-act play. I myself used to do one-act plays with a lot of colleges. So 96 to 2004, I have been doing a lot of festivals, lot of events, lot of spardhas, what they typically call in Marathi. Astitva has really done events that have been around for almost like 38, 39 years, which is the legacy of Natya Darpan called Kalpana Ek Avishkar Anek. The INT's famous one act play competition, which is, in Hindi and Marathi, Astitva was a partner with INT there. Astitva has been associated with Lok Satta for the largest one act play competition across the state called Lokankika. Fortunately, Lokankika name has also been coined by me, so that the credit goes to me there. I have been on the board of consultancy with Maharashtra Rajya Bhasha Samstha, who did events called Ranga Vaikari, which is like a multi-talent festival, not like just one act play festival, where we bring multi-art form to represent a play on stage. So there were like 5 to 6 art form at the same time happening on stage. Going forward, like Bhavikk mentioned, we did Royal Opera House Festival named as Natya Velar in Marathi and Natya Dhara in multilingual and Kala Goda and so on. I don't want to repeat all that. What Astitva thought to collaborate with Mumbai Theatre Guide, broadly called as MTG as a buzzword, is theatre lacks lot of documentation. There is no digitization. Me being from an IT background, he being from an IT background, we thought why not leverage technology for theatre, and that's how all the platforms that starts with E, initially called E-Natya Shodh, E-Natya Chopal, E-Natya Sahita, E-Performers, followed by Vastu Sthiti, followed by Kalpana Ek Avishkar Anek, INT, and then the latest one what we did was about the object theatre, which did not really go beyond. And with all this, we floated a company now called as Curated Classics. So Curated Classics basically is not a very traditional event management company, but we generally pick classics from the industry across the country, I would say beyond the borders also. So we have inquiries even coming in from Mauritius, and one of the entries or requisition came that we have a play ready in Singapore, and in Malaysia, can we bring it to India? And also slowly people have received newsletters outside India and they have interacted. And the best example was during E-Natya Show, the very first year, there were entries from America, there were entries from Singapore, there were entries from Mauritius, Australia also. So altogether now, if you go and just find on YouTube One Act Plays India, almost 100 plus One Act Plays recorded would be available. So that's a lot of documentation that we both have been creating.
I would like to add the last, I think the analytics that I was saying for One Act Plays, probably it's got 1 lakh minutes of views on YouTube. So that's been the kind of demand which people have, and we've been able to fulfill that.
And during COVID, when people were not able to do theatre, we promoted e-theatre at that time. And a lot of performers like Ila Ramji and her group, Juhi Babbar Soni, and few others.
Soni, Rakesh Bedi,
they all came and they performed a 15 to 20 minutes, which also contributed entertainment quotient for the audience that was just sitting disappointed, deprived of theatre at home. And I think religiously every week we used to announce, okay, this week it will be Manoj Shah and his team performing. Slowly everyone used to come on that hangout, connect over Chopal, and they used to perform. They all have been so helpful, so we always believe that technology has not only brought us together as a community, but has enhanced us go beyond the country.
So after COVID, the theatre scene in Mumbai and the rest of the country has revived to a large extent. So after 20 years, Bhavikk, what is your vision for the future?
So during COVID, because the industry was down, so what we did was we started expanding our platform in the technology terms so that we could cover plays across the country. And by 2022 end and 2023 beginning, we were ready with the platform where we could cover plays across Bombay, Delhi, Pune, Ahmedabad, Bangalore and all. So as of today, we still cover plays across the country, not on a very large scale, but whatever we can with the limited resources that we have, slowly, and that's been probably the next 3 months, we will be launching indiatheatreguide.com. So the Mumbai Theatre Guide will change to India Theatre Guide, and we will be evolve.
Not change. It will
still have its identity, but it will be now India Theatre Guide. So plays across the country will be covered. There will be city-wise chapters available on the site. So someone from Ahmedabad wants to see what's happening in his city or her city, he or she will be able to go onto the website indiatheatreguide.com and check out the plays, the reviews in their city. So workshops also will be there across the country. So it's going to be an extension, evolution, where we will be covering across the country. So that's the next thing that we are very excited about.
So the USP of that portal, so we have been calling it as website, so it is actually a portal because website is too flat, portal has got a lot of depth into it, it manages a lot of complexities. Tomorrow India Theatre Guide will ensure that one has to not just go and look at the flat content of it, they can customize it and I would say double click it to their own location.
Yes.
That's what the whole idea is.
Yes.
But it's their own location. I mean, someone from Ahmedabad, for instance, might want to know they're visiting Bombay or visiting Delhi.
Vice versa,
So I'll
but then
just
it's
share
very
with you an example.
personalized.
Few days back, I got an email from someone in Sydney. I'm visiting India in the month of September, October. I want to watch this particular play. Can you let me know when that show will be available? So this is what people actually send us, emails and get in touch with us. कि मेरे को ये play देखना है, कब कहाँ देखने मिलेगा? So probably someone wants to, traveling from Bombay to Bangalore on a weekend, and they want to see what's happening there. So they will be able to catch the information on the site.
So we talked about all the positives. Would you like to give an indication of the difficulties you have faced also over the last 20 years?
Yes, a lot of yes. So when we started, frankly, I didn't have any inroads into the industry. Not being from the theatre industry itself, neither being from the journalism background. A pure IT guy who wanted to do something for the theatre because of the passion that I had. The only thing that I had done in theatre was acted in 2 street plays, no exposure beyond that. But slowly the theatre industry supported that, but that initially was that challenge. Acceptance was a challenge. Online से कुछ नहीं होता है. हमारा newspaper ad बहुत कुछ कर लेता है. We said fine. We were very passionate. Slowly things started changing and they've started accepting it. B is obviously the monies that we are putting in, because there are a lot of expenses in terms of manpower, technology, managing different activities, the infrastructure cost, everything. So we've not been able to recover that. Probably we would have put in few crores of rupees into this platform. Luckily, God has been kind. हम लोग ये कर पाए because the parent company, the bread and butter that comes from our IT and media business, that has supported this activity. And slowly, industry is also helping to some extent, but yes, we've not been able to meet the end that we want. So those are challenges, but we don't have any grudges or any problems in that. We are fine. We are going at a slow pace, and we know where we want to go. Maybe आज नहीं कल पहुँच जाएंगे.
The problem with the, I would say, industry is they immediately want to check ROI.
True.
So that ROI, they will never question an ROI when they have been charged with exorbitant rents from the auditorium and the audience does not turn up. They will never look at ROI when tickets are not sold with all their efforts. But the moment we introduce them कि हमारा एक पैकेज दे दीजिए, 2,500 का पैकेज है, हफ्ता भर हम प्रमोट करेंगे और अगर आपकी 5 टिकट भी बिक गई 2,500 तो आपका वापस आ जाएगा. For that they really want a detailed report. कितना क्लिक हुआ, कितने टिकट बिके, कितना डेटा, ये डिफिकल्टी जो है ना यहाँ पर है. तो जब मैं उनसे पूछता हूँ, आपने किसी न्यूज़पेपर में ऐड दिया, 2,500-3,000 खर्च किए, न्यूज़पेपर से पूछना कितने टिकटें बिकी, उसके अगेंस्ट में, they don't have anything to say. So these are like undercurrent, some sort of reactions they come up with, which is also genuine because मैं पैसे आपको दे रहा हूँ, आप एक न्यूट्रल कंपनी है, आपके भरोसे में टिकट कैसे कर सकता हूँ. So we are actually going on that front also. Probably in future you might even find a ticket engine associated with this India Theatre Guide where it would be dedicated to theatre only. We won't become something which has all the events, all the plays like any other platforms in the country or the world, but it would be dedicated to theatre. Maybe again a social clause where commission fee would be just cost recovery basis.
Actually, you're referring to theatre industry, though in India theatre is not yet an industry. It may become in the near future. I mean,
Yes.
now with new venues opening up, it might. We still keep saying that, like Broadway, like West End, we don't have our own identity.
Yes.
Which hopefully with the work you're doing, so slowly it might actually happen. And I think the younger people who are in theatre now understand better the impact of what you're doing.
Right.
Don't you?
Yes, the younger crowd is receptive of what we're doing. Even the young theatre groups which are younger in terms of they are ready to experiment and see because they understand the power of technology, the power of digital. and that is also helping us in a way because they would want to be on the site, they would want to be on our Insta handle, they would want us to be carrying their information on our newsletter and all. So with time, things are changing a lot.
You will be surprised, like काला घोड़ा इवेंट शुरू हुआ था जनवरी में इसका, आज हम जून में हैं, लोग आज भी उन रील्स को जो हमने सोशल मीडिया से प्रमोट की हैं लाइक कर रहे हैं, आज भी उस पर कमेंट कर रहे हैं. So that's the reach. It has like the reels that have gone into like viral. Event का relevance नहीं है for them. The banner is about Mumbai Theatre Guide and काला घोड़ा and अस्तित्व put together. ओके उसके अंदर एक celebrity बात कर रहा है. We are going to perform. आधे घंटे बाद वाला जो event है उसके लिए लोग आज भी जून में लाइक कर रहे हैं. So that's how the reach has been.
And I think the interviews that you started doing also
Yes.
with detailed interviews with people who are working in
Yes.
the theatre also become a kind of a resource for the future. I mean, sometimes a director might want to refer to his or her own work and they say, oh, I gave an interview to Mumbai Theatre, let's go and have a look at it.
In fact, that's the whole idea because films के लिए बहुत सारे platforms हैं, sports के लिए, politics के लिए और medical के लिए, but theatre के लिए there were no platforms, and that's the reason why we thought of doing interviews so that it actually becomes a resource available in future. Someone who wants to doing some research, someone could be a lover who wants to see अरे ये artist ने क्या काम किया था पहले. It could be a even a press reporter who wants to do an interview later on कि उसको पता ही नहीं है ये artist ने क्या काम किया था, because if you Google something you don't find because that's nothing available. So this helps. So, Deepa, I would like to, my turn is, it's my turn now. So, you've been associated with Mumbai Theatre Guide, MTG for almost 5 years now.
Actually more because
Yes. So, before I actually ask you any question, like, would like to introduce Deepa. She has been a movie and a theatre critic for many years. So,
That's for decades.
yeah, probably decades, yes. And probably the only critic that I've seen who's been there for when we started Mumbai Theatre Guide. So, Deepa, how's been your experience with Mumbai Theatre Guide? What is it you see Mumbai Theatre Guide as? Why you decided, or rather, what made you be the consulting editor for Mumbai Theatre Guide? Would like to,
So as a journalist, who was covering theatre as one of the beats, if I needed information quickly, I often refer to Mumbai Theatre.
Sure.
If I want to see, for instance, mention a director or actor's past work, so I would go to Mumbai Theatre Guide and maybe see an interview and so that was a resource for me as a journalist who's writing about theatre. If I'm interviewing somebody, I can go and see the earlier interviews of that person, get a kind of a background because we don't have everything to touch of a button. And as you said, there's not that much of information on theatre available unless you go to a newspaper office and look at the microfilm or whatever. So it was a very valuable resource for me as a journalist, as a reviewer. And I remember the day we met for lunch.
Yes.
Kind of a place midway between our places of work, and you asked me if I'd like to be associated with Mumbai Theatre Guide, and I was excited about the idea because one, it motivates me, to look into things in a more detailed way, to look into as a journalist, as a freelance journalist especially, you work in kind of isolation. Here you get to interact with the team, you get inputs from them. So it I think has been a kind of exciting partnership. And now that, like I said, the theatre scene is recovering, there's so much more to do, there's so much more to talk about, and now you're planning for national, so there's even more to think about, to plan, to involve people. I think it's a very exciting phase you're in, and 20 years is a lot of time, and hopefully we'll be having this conversation in a fancier place 20 years later.
Or maybe wait till the 25th century, 25th anniversary. Yes, Silver Jubilee, yes. So, I think it was a good discussion, and would like to thank Ravi, Deepa for this.
So we have a common cause not to thank anyone.
Yes.
Let's thank the Theatre Factory and
let's
make
thank,
us successful where we are today.
In fact, this, theatre fraternity, as you said, has been very supportive. Like a lot of people have associated with us directly, indirectly, where they've got some information. अरे भाविक ये देख ये हो रहा है, कहीं पे कुछ cover कर दे ये website में तेरे. So people do send us that information. I have to thank each and every one of them, because 20 years it's difficult to survive alone, as Deepa said. Like you can't be sitting in isolation. So for me, being in this industry, not being an industry person, but still doing something for the industry with the support of the industry has been a very big opportunity. And I would like to thank everyone, including the fraternity, the theatre lovers, the directors, actors, everyone who's been associated with us directly, indirectly, for being with us in this journey.
Your contributors.
Contributors, a big way.
Thank you, theatre community. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.